All right, guys. Well, I am at beautiful Lake, Mexico, here, and I've got a new project to show you. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, "Uh-oh, last time Crank Addict was at the marina, he put a 454 in a boat." Well, yeah, you can expect something like that to happen today as well. Well, not today, but in the future. So this will be fun anyway. Let me spin the camera around. All right, this is a 1980 Chris Craft Commander 410 that my daughter purchased at a very good price. It's in pretty good shape overall. These things are built like tanks. And they do very well in the coastal waters of Mexico. But not a bad looking Commander there. Okay. But this boat has a few issues. So let's go inside and we'll talk to you about what they are. Alright, so here you can see that all the teak needs to be refinished. Not a big deal. All it requires is lots of sanding and lots of teak oil. And captain's chairs aren't in too bad shape here. All of the electronics are dated, so you're probably not going to be going very offshore. But since we're on an inland lake, that doesn't make much difference. Let's go downstairs. Hang on, let me put on my new light. There we go. Alright. Alright, so this is the inside of a Commander 410. It's a little bare right now because the previous owner took out his furniture. Kitchen is small and we would like to redo this one day. It's not a high priority for me, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Going down into the rear cabin, the aft cabin. Oh, it's like someone was sleeping on my bed. Alright. We are missing a toilet. We've got a shower, we got a sink, we got no toilet. So, that'll be one of our issues. Apparently, there are issues with the holding tank on this boat. So we're going to be pulling up the floors, trying to find that holding tank and seeing what it's going to take to repair it. That could be some fun fabrication. Okay. There's another issue though that is the main reason that this boat was purchased for such a low price. Alright. We're gonna pull up this trap door here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Alright guys, hang on. Let me turn some lights on. Okay, lights are supposed to be on. Okay. Oh, this place is a mess now. Okay. Oh, looks like the previous owner cleaned me out on a lot of stuff here. That sucks. Guess he didn't want me to take anything. Okay, but here are the two 454s here. Tell you what, let me clean up this mess and then we'll do some more videoing. I cleaned up this bilge area a little bit down here. It is tight to film, but I'll do the best I can. This is the Starboard 454 and over here is the port 454. And if you look closely, you will notice there are no bolts holding the valve covers on. Okay. This one also has a brand new intake manifold. Edelbrock Performer dual plane. Okay. And it has its fuel line capped off here. Also interesting is that someone has connected a bump start switch to the starter so that you can bump the engine over without having to go up to the cockpit or turn the ignition key or whatever. You just hit that switch and it'll bump the engine over, so you can do things like checking compression, things like that, making sure your rocker arms work, adjusting valves, that kind of stuff. So we've got a brand new intake manifold on the port engine. Looks like we might have a new brass fitting here on the carburetor. Carburetors look pretty good. We've got a lot of new tune-up parts back here. New wires, new cap. So they've been looking at this engine, trying to figure out what's going on. You can see it's got new hoses, new belts. They were trying to take care of this thing. On the Starboard engine, you can see the same. New belts, that's a little loose, and new hoses. We got brand new through holes on this boat. They did a $5,000 bottom job on it about a year ago. That's a nice little plus. On the engine itself, we've got the original intake and the same Rochester carb. Back here in the back, we've got older plug wires and an older distributor cap. So I'm a little bummed right now because there were 3 large Tupperware boxes set off to the side here full of parts. I removed this bag from the box just so I can kind of eyeball how this fuel pump would fit in. It only has 1/4-inch fittings, so I'm not sure if that's going to be adequate for a 454, even if we are only turning 4,000 RPMs. But I'll see about that. That's pretty small. But in that bag were some extra hoses. It had another distributor cap and another set of plug wires. What else did it have? There were a couple of brand new chrome valve covers for the 454 engine. 1 pair, not 2, just 1. I know, I don't get it. What else? Had some service parts, thermostats, little things like that. Gasket set. There was a full engine gasket set, including head gaskets, valve cover gaskets, oil pan gaskets, all that kind of stuff. Had a full gasket set there. And he took it all. It is gone. So I am going to have to figure out how to get these engines going. Okay? And I want you guys to let me know what you think is going on. Okay? A couple of quick peeks here. Let's see here. Let's start on this one here. This was the one that had the fuel pump disconnected. Okay. Fuel filter. Wix fuel filter. Okay. Wonderful. New intake manifold. Carburetor. Valve cover is disconnected on both sides. You can see inside here. I don't see anything broken. And yet, he claims these engines had no compression and they had to be completely rebuilt. These are the original engines for the boat. They have 1,000 hours on them, which is about 60,000 car miles. Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of perplexed about this. Let's look at the Starboard engine real quick. Okay. Again, Valve covers are loose, and the bolts were in that Tupperware box too. So he took off my bolts, the bolts and the little hold downs. So again, I'm looking at this thing. All the rocker arms are tight, nothing broken. That's just one side of the head though. But, you know, hey, it kind of lets you know that nothing catastrophic seems to be going on here. Let's look at the other side if I can climb over there. Okay. All right. On the other valve cover, here we go. Again, having a little peek here. Lots of orange silicone. Everything feels tight. So again, no clues as to why these engines were not running. Alright guys, so obviously if you've seen my how to start a dirt bike that just won't start, you've seen how you go through the motions, how to diagnose an engine issue, you know, air, fuel, spark, timing, all that kind of stuff, making sure you've got compression, etc., etc. So we'll be doing all that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think is going on, and stay tuned for the next video. Oh wait, one more thing before I end the video. We've got to find that holding tank. So the original owner told me it was back there behind that wall, accessible through the upper part of the kitchen. I don't know how that would work, but I went online, and according to my sources online, I think this is it right here. Why was that not screwed down? I think this was screwed down. That hatch was definitely screwed down last time I was in here. So the previous owner pulled that up for some reason. But this is supposed to be the holding tank right here. These wires, I'm betting, are some kind of sensor to let you know when it's getting full. So you can pump that thing out. There are restrictions as to running around with the tank too full. And you can see there's a hole right there on top. So who knows what there, man, there's a lot of corrosion. There's another hole over here. Can you guys see that hole right there? There's a lot of corrosion here. So who knows what's going to be underneath this thing. This might be a mess. To get this thing out, we're going to have to remove the deck here. We'll leave the engine in place and work around the supports. There's a hatch back here next to this firebomb. These firebombs are kind of cool. When you have a fire, these things melt and releases a chemical that puts out the fire. Okay. There we go. Alright guys. Let's see if I can show you guys. That's the, okay, there it is. That big white thing. That is the holding tank. And look at that. It's got more holes in it. See that there? That's a hole. And on the other side, some holes over there. Oh man. Crap. And that's probably dried up poop down there in the bilge joy. Yeah. Okay. So Step one. Step one, let's get this thing here out first before we tackle these engines. You know, our first thing we gotta do is get this thing habitable, which means getting working toilets on this boat. And we gotta have that holding tank in order to do so. So I'm gonna end this video now. The next one will be working on this holding tank. But in the meanwhile, let me know what you think about these two 454s and what's going on and what I should check first. Thanks for watching.